All right. Shalom, shalom, Sister Deborah, prophetess in the wilderness. And you know what? That's all right with me. Coming again on this devil platform with another message. And I will say this is a lovely evening in which the Most High, a higher has made. And I, Sister Deborah, shall and I will rest therein. I'm coming with a lesson, a short lesson, and I'm hoping that uh, my laptop hold up. I want to get a little comfortable here. This is something that I uh, have thought about, but I haven't really did what you call a dive in deep study. But when it came before me an hour ago, I said, Father, there has been times in the past where I always was curious about my namesake. I've always been curious about my namesake. I wanted to know really what does this mean. And within an hour's time, the Spirit taught me, and it just kind of threw me off because I said, this is really a strong revelation, Father. In such a hour as this, you would think that bishops and pastors and leaders and kings and rulers that call themselves in every denomination, but it made Sister Deborah even decide to do something I'm going to do after this video. I'm going to do just that because what the Father is saying, even in this message in which I'm going to bring forth, which is a somewhat a lesson, it's going to bring you to another level of understanding who you are messing with when you think you know the Creator. One thing my ex-husband used to say to me all the time, it is said, he said, that it would come a time where you think you know, and you'll find out you knew nothing. And I can give him that promise. He used to say that all the time. It's come a time where one think they know something or know a lot, and they gonna come to. He said, in heavens you'll find out you never knew anything. I'm finding that out right here on the earth, because what he revealed to me is so powerful. And I'm seeing him the way I have gotten to know him. And that's another kind of good thing for me, because I'm not seeing him like millions are speaking on these devil platforms saying that he is, how to pronounce his name. This, he's this, he's this. Sister Deborah don't see that, child. Nor do I hear that from him. What is being taught and what has been taught and what I'm seeing doesn't represent the one I have come to know since I was 4 years old. So that leads me to believe that there's a reason why he still have me here. And the reason is greater than what Sister Deborah can see, hear, even behold. It's like seeing or anything. It's greater than that. The more and more he speaks to my spirit and teach me from that level, I realize that this is the reason why many are far from who he is, what he is, and who he's going to be, and what he was. And what he was is the key to who he is. And what he was is the key to who he's going to be. You see? But if you miss what he was, you don't know who he is. Nor will you know who he's going to be in the days to come. And even knowing that by the Ruach HaKodesh, even lead me to understand the broad gate, the narrow gate, how far people are from spirit and truth, how far people are from the light. People are not the candle in which is a light. They are not who they think they are, who they say they are, and who they desire to be. I'm telling you guys, it is off the chain. Matter of fact, I cooked me a really nice meal. Again, roast and gravy. Had me some rice and a roll. It was really good. Really good. But I went, I lied down, went to sleep, and got up. I said, I'm gonna go live at 7. And I said, but I haven't did a study. He said, just sit down and take this hour and go over my namesake. You know what I'm saying? That sounds good. And as I start to go into it, I realized it almost felt like, I'm getting chills right now. It almost felt like when I was young. Because it doesn't seem like what I was learning was far from me, you guys. It felt like it was present in me or before me at one time or another. It's just like it's either something like I didn't tripped over it and missed a step or something. But the next time I go up like next time I do the study, which was today, I'm going up the steps one at a time. It's almost like, and it feels good. And the study is my namesake. My namesake. And I was I felt so good when I said within myself as I was reading and studying, I said, this feel almost like that power. When he was telling me, teaching it to me, I said, this feel almost like that power, And that is what I think it is connected to on one side of it. It's two sides. But to put it together, my name and sake, oh my y'all. We're going to have to get into that. And we're going to start from the book of Ezekiel. Let's go to Ezekiel chapter 20. Ezekiel. And we're going to go to Ezekiel chapter 20, verse 44. In Ezekiel chapter 20, let me turn this way, verse 44. It reads, and ye shall know that I am Ahia, when I have wrought with you for my name's sake. Not according to your wickedness, your wicked ways. Wait a minute, Father. We're going to have to bag that thing up, and we're going to have to bag that thing down, because I already done saw something different than what I was studying. Okay, let's go back into that. Ezekiel chapter 20, verse 44. And it reads, and ye shall know that I am Ahia, when I have wrought with you for my name's sake. Not according to your wicked ways, nor according to your corrupt doing. O ye house of Israel, said Yahuwah. Okay? Right there, lets you know. My name's sake. It's not because of anything that has to do with you, especially all that wicked you got in you, all that corrupt doing. That is not the way I'm using namesake. So don't get it bent. And y'all gonna find out something y'all didn't know tonight. He's saying that just because I'm with you, this because of my namesake. Here you go again, Father, y'all. You're finna take me somewhere else. In Ezekiel 36, he said he did these things for his name's sake. These things were done for his name's sake. You're going to find out every time it says in the Bible, his name's sake, it means his will and power. Even when he take your tails out of here, he's going to still say, for my name's sake. Praise the mighty Yah. We sitting back thinking things are going on and all this is happening. He's very high in full power of everything low and still gets saved on his throne. For my name's sake. How you like me now? See, we thinking he's like unto a man. There's some things I'm going to show you that totally give you the whole overall of how we should never consider him to be as low as the flesh of a man. Now here he said in verse what was that, Ezekiel 20 and verse 44, and ye shall know that I am you don't have to say the Lord, because he said, ye shall know a higher. Okay? When I have wrought with you, not because of you, because you loaded with evil, wickedness, and what else? Corrupt. You do a lot of things corrupt. But what I do, it is for my name's sake. My will and my power. How you like me now. That's what he's saying. The world needs to know that today. You think you're doing something outside of his will and his power? From the beginning of this Bible to the end, he started saying, for my name's sake, and you missed it. Still letting you know you don't run nothing. I run this. Ain't nobody year, month, hour, minute, seconds. It's my time. Everything that rumbles and take place on this earth is my Father's will and his power. Thank you, Father. Yeah, I love that. I knew that the power was connected because as I was doing my study, I'm like, wait a minute, I kind of feel a power in there. And it is, and you're going to see it. Okay? You're going to see it. And you're going to see how the spiritual connection to Yah and how he's going to swing this thing, how he's going to control this thing. Watch this here. And he says, for my name's sake, he wants you to know something out there. Not according to your corrupted doings, nor your wicked ways or things, the way that it is. Anytime the Father can share with Sister Deborah. Deborah, hold up. Run this here. Run down. I'm like, what? Oh, this is good. I like this. Now, I knew it under the power, but he letting you know my will and my power is in this thing. So when y'all finish thinking y'all ruling something, you controlling everything, you can orchestrate the beginning of the end of your marriage, the beginning of the end of your children. That's why all that mess is out of order. That's why it's all out of order. And you know what he say? It's because of my will and my power. And we don't get it still. So if that stuff is out of order, then look like you would try to get it hooked up with the one who has all things in order and in his power. You see how simple it sounds? But it's too hard for people to comprehend, to get. He spoke something to me today. You know what I said? Okay, that's it. It's time for me to take a nap. I got on my couch, got my cover, went in there, got my pizza. It's time for me to take a nap. Because when he started talking to me like that, okay, it's time for me to go to sleep. It's too deep. It's too heavy. This body got to go down, Father. When I wake up, come on with me. Come on to me. But it's time to sleep now. It's time for me to lay down here and go to sleep for a minute. And that's what I did. And I found myself doing that a lot. Especially when he put something on this flesh that weighs heavy. It's time, okay, time to put the flesh to sleep, Father. Come on now. Wait till I get up. We'll deal with that when I get up, okay? This wasn't heavy. But what he said to me before I even thought to sleep, to lay down and sleep. I like how he deal with me because he already know you ain't got no sense. And guess what? For my name's sake, you're going to find that out. You're going to see exactly. So when people are talking and things are taking place and you hear him say, for my name's sake, he's letting you know, hey, y'all, check him out. That's my will and my power, y'all. That these things need be. Okay. Now we're going to go to, and this was a strange one, you guys. This was really Joshua chapter 7. This, because I don't go in that area that often, but this was a shocker here. In Joshua chapter 7, verse 9. I was like, what am I doing over here? Wait, hold up, Father, y'all. Where we going? You come on back, a little bit back. And he took me to Joshua chapter 7 and verse 9. We're going to start with verse 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. Okay? Ooh, you know what? I think I was looking at a different book. I was in another book when I was reading out. I see the pages from, it was on the left side, now it's on the right. So we're going to go into Joshua chapter 7, verse 9. We started with verse 9 and we go all the way down to verse 3. It says, for the Canaanites and all the inhabitants of the land shall hear of it and shall environ us around and cut off our name from the earth. Now, who are we talking about? Jericho being destroyed. Okay, who are we talking? Joshua. Okay, so here it's saying someone's afraid because they feel that they're going to be cut off our names from the earth, which is Israel. And what with thy until my great name. Let's go over that again. That I should have stopped. Let's go over that again. Verse chapter 7 of Joshua, verse 9. For the Canaanites, okay, that's who's after them. The Canaanites and all the inhabitants of the land shall hear. They shall hear of it and shall, what is that? Environ us round. I guess, what's that? Let me say, surround them. So that's what that means. Environ means surround, enclosed. So the Canaanite is enclosing and surrounding them. Okay? Listen to this. Somebody's scared. Somebody's scared. And this is what's going to happen and is happening today. People are starting to be afraid and scared now that evil has circle them round about. Now listen to this. And cut off our name from the earth. You know what he said? He said they're gonna cut our name from the earth, meaning killing them, okay, and destroying them, okay. Now the Canaanite got them. Now watch this here. And what will thou do until thy great name? Hold up, bro. You think my name is going to be messed up because you all are going to feel that you're going to be destroyed? You think for 1 minute that my name, look at it, y'all. Look at verse 9. The Canaanites has them surrounded, okay? And this particular, is this Joshua, I believe, is talking about, listen to this, it's talking about their name is going to be, which is the Israelites, which is Israel, is going to be cut off from the earth, meaning our name from the earth. They about to get killed. Now they scared. So they thinking that this is what the Canaanites about to do to them. And then he said, and what will thou do? He talking to the Father. What will thou do until that? What will thou do until no, they said it unto thy great name. Why is he asking the Father? If we get cut out, what does that say about your name? Don't go there yet, Father. Oh, can I handle it? I don't know if I can handle it. In Ezekiel, chapter 36 and chapter 37, it talks about how many, I don't know if y'all can remember when Sister Deborah said, I don't know what this thing he got up with these heathens. Every time I turn around, y'all said, and the heathens shall know. I'm like, what's the deal with you and the heathens? What's this thing about you and the heathens? I was reading that so much, you all, in Ezekiel. I was like, you got a thing with these heathens? Why is it they should know something? All this crap that they doing, and you study word about them knowing? Father, what is going on with you and the heathens? Because I'm hearing a lot of stuff about, and the heathen shall know. And when this happened, when y'all do this and take us from out of here, and the heathen shall know. When we get to the promised land, and the heathen shall know. And I'm like, Father, wait a minute, what's this thing with you and these heathen? My name's sake. My will and my power be done. That's what the heathens shall know. Y'all missed it. Woo! That went all on your head. So all them times I always asked him, I'm telling you, what's the deal with the heathens? What is it? You're telling Abraham, and the heathen's gonna know what's the deal with the heathens. But when he's saying, and the heathen's going to know my name's sake, meaning my will, my power. Praise the mighty Yah. Let's go on here. So in Joshua chapter 7 and verse 9, they're getting scared. And just because you're getting scared don't mean it's going to do something to my Father's great name. And that's what he was saying. He said, and what will thou do until thy great name? It's going to still reign in the heavens, on the earth. Okay, watch this here. Verse 10. And Yah said unto Joshua, get thee up, wherefore lieth thou thus upon thy face. Let's read that again, verse 10. And Yah said unto Joshua, get up, wherefore lieth thou thus upon thy face. He got his tail down there, lying down, afraid. Just listen to what's about to happen. In verse 11, Israel, this is what the Father is telling them. Israel has sinned. They have also transgressed my covenant. He's telling this to Joshua. Get your butt up so you can hear what I'm about to say. Verse 11. Israel have sinned, and they have also transgressed my covenant, which I commanded them. For they have taken, for they have even taken of, where is it at? Of the accused it thing, and have also stolen and dissembled also. And they have put it even among their own stuff. Now, accused it is an angel. It's like an angel walking dead, okay? And somewhere along the line, they have also stolen and disassembled also, and they have put it even among their own stuff. Now watch this here, verse 12. Therefore, the children of Israel could not stand before their enemies. That's why they can't fight the Canaanites. That's why they couldn't fight the Canaanites. Listen to this. This is why. Verse 12. Therefore, the children of Israel could not stand before their enemies, but turned their backs before the enemies, because they were accused. Because they were accused. Neither will I be with you anymore. He's telling this to Joshua. I'm not going to be with you all anymore. Watch this here. Except ye destroy the accused it from among you. See, y'all run around here. Our people, we need to come together. We need to unify. Let me tell y'all something. From Genesis to Revelation, y'all didn't play. Even Moses, I think Moses only did it twice, though. He might have did it more than once. He had to take out Israel. Men, women, children. He had to kill them. You know why? Because when he came down off the mountain, the Father was already fierce and fired up. He's finna take them all out. But Moses is going to tell the Father, what? You need to calm that wrath down. So Father didn't do anything. It said he repent. But watch this here. So when Moses got down, before he even hit the ground, he threw the 10 Commandments on the ground, because he got angry before he even hit the ground and threw them down. Went into the camp, saw what was going on, told the Levites and Aaron, draw your sword. And you know how many they killed? Moses. 3,000 of the Israelites. 3,000. Women too. You see? But wait a minute, Moses, you were just up on the mountain telling the Father about his wrath. What you doing down there? Your wrath didn't kindle too. You see? That's what the plan was to Father. Okay, you're going to talk about me, but before you even hit back down, before you hit your back on that ground, you going to be angry too. So how did Moses settle it? He killed him. The same one he brought crossed through the sea, brought him to the wilderness. The same ones that he was going to Pharaoh that said, let my people go. Same one. He took their tails out. I think he might have did it more than twice. But I'm just saying, you don't know who you messing with. And people don't see the Father for really who he is and how he ruled and see that awesome power. We see him like a flesh of a man, and that's a nobody, a nothing, you know? And that's how we see him. And because we see him, that we don't see him at where he is and who he is and who he's going to be. Because we thinking, oh, we just going out. He's just going to wipe away our tears. And we're going to walk on out of here to the promised land. And it ain't going to be like that. Nowhere near it. What he did then, he going to do here. So this is why you see the judgment of our people killing one another. How many women being killed by the men? How many men killing their babies? How many women killing their babies? How many women fighting back, killing these men? How many women not fighting back, but yet killing men? All this stuff, and it's going on in your own nation. And you turn your head this way. I don't see it. The white man, the white man, the white man, the white man, and all this going on in your nation. And nobody sees or says anything. Okay, now listen to right here. Listen to what's happening with Joshua. In verse 12. Therefore, the children of Israel could not stand before their enemies, but turned their back before their enemies, because they were accused it. Neither will I be with you anymore. Now watch this here. Except, he's telling Joshua, I won't be with you anymore. Yep, they gonna kill y'all, but I'm not gonna be with you anymore until, what did he say? We still in 12. Except you destroy the accused from among you. When I read that, I just got a feeling in me. I really did. I'm doing something after this video. I'm doing something, and I'm going to trust what he's showing me. You know what I'm saying? So listen to this here. So that was verse 12. And let's get to 13. This is what the Father tell him. You get rid of him. Watch what he say. Verse 13. We in Joshua chapter 7, verse 13. Up. Sanctify the people. That means separate them. And say, sanctify yourself against the moral. For thy said, really tomorrow. That's what it said. Against tomorrow. For thy said, Yah of Israel, there is an accused thing in the midst of thee. O Israel, thou cannot stand before thy enemy until ye take away the accused thing from among you. And, verse 14. In the morning, therefore, ye shall be brought according to your tribe. They're going to have to take out, which is going to end up separating the accuser that is among them. And they're going to have to kill him. Ain't that deep? To me, I think it's deep. And if you think he changed from yesterday to today because of your feelings and your emotions, he has to flip the script. No, he's not. He's going to stay right like he was. He don't play. And the more and more I listen to him teach me, I see that this is the creator. Don't give a rat's behind about your tears, your emotions, and your feelings. Y'all rumbles. And I'm running around here knowing all this time that my namesake, he said, Deborah, do you understand it now? I said, yeah, Father, it makes so much sense and it feels good. He's letting you know. My namesake is my will and my power. How you like me now. We don't see him like that. We want to see him every way outside of that. And so when he said, for my name's sake, y'all gonna learn something tonight. Watch this here. So here, the Canaanites have them surrounded, and they're about to kill them. And Joshua is sitting here trying to use the fact that, what about your name? Israel was listed under your name. So I'm gonna tell y'all something. So while you run around here thinking, he chose you, Israel, for his name's sake, which is what? His will and his power. He chose you for his name's sake, which means for his will and his power. That means it ain't got nothing to do with your tears. This is why it has been wicked and evil at its highest when you have people on this devil platform running around to and fro. We the people, we the children, we the Jews. And have you ever thought to open the book, shut your mouth, sit up under the rock, and let him tell you, what does that mean? You're my children. You are my people because of my name's sake, which is my will and my power. That's it. Cutthroat. Cutthroat. Let me tell you why it's a cutthroat. Didn't he bring the children of Israel out of the land of captive under Pharaoh? Mm-hmm. So why is he up in the wilderness having letting Moses kill him up? Huh? Just because so we thinking because we are listed as his children, his people, the true Jews, that carry power, that carry weight. God want me to tell you today, you've been lost all your life. And from this day on, you will continue to be lost. Because if you don't grip the reality of spirit and truth, you just out there. You just out. And he says, not just out there, you in the midnight hour, thinking you in light. You see how messed up that is? We run around here talking about for our name's sake, for his name's sake, as if that's we his and we his children, we his we the true Jews, we his children, we his people. And for my name's sake have I chose you to be. And because of my power, I chose you. So what did that say about you? Nothing. So when I just got to reading to you all, write this down. Ezekiel chapter 20 and verse 44. What did he say? All your wickedness, your wicked, and your corrupt butts is no connection to my name's sake. Outside, I place you in my will and my power. So it doesn't give you extra privileges of nothing, baby. Everything from the beginning of Genesis to the end of Revelation is his will and his power. So how is it you being the children, you being the people, you being the true Jews, is all that answer? See, they missed it. They missed it. And this is what I was explaining to you, that when what is going on in the world today, 100% has his power been denied. We want to deal with him like unto a father, a natural father. And the sad thing about it, 99.9 ain't had no natural father. 99.9 ain't even had a daddy. But we want to connect the father of creation with the flesh of a man. And he is not that. So here he's telling Joshua, look, what did he tell Joshua? He told him what? Neither will I be with you anymore if you don't destroy those that are accused in your camp. Get rid of them in the morning. So while you sitting here telling me the Canaanite finna take y'all out, and that you all decide to turn your backs away from the Canaanite and let them come after you with your backs turned away, because they getting ready to kill you. Yes, they are getting ready to kill you. So you better take care of killing them. Accuse it yourself, Joshua. Kill their tails in the morning so that the Canaanite will have to turn their army away from you all. You don't do it, you're dead anywhere it go. So do they have a choice? No, they don't. So how you like my name say now? Because what did Joshua say? In verse 9, in Joshua chapter 7 and verse 9, he said, and what will that do unto you? He's telling this to Father. What would that do to you? Watch this here. What would that do? Well, no, in verse 9, it says, and what will thou do unto thy great name? Just because y'all finna get destroyed, you think that I'm going to sit here and be hurt or something going to happen to my great name? Y'all got me bent. Not only do you have me bent, you have me bent up and you have me bent down. And I'm not bent. So this is what Joshua said. This is what Joshua said. What about your great name? What kind of stuff is that? How dare you say that to the Father? You see how they was dealing back then? To me, I know I get slapped so so deep in my mouth if I was to talk to the Father like that. And you know what? I ain't gonna sit here and lie to you. Yes, I would. You think you had a tail whooping? Get one from him, and then you'll know he ain't nobody as a flesh or even the spirit of who he is. It's not one to be played with. He told them, take their tails out, destroy them, separate them, and destroy them in the morning. Or else the Canaanite gonna destroy every last one of y'all. So you got a choice: clean that camp up, or they gonna take y'all out here. So much for that. Now, this is what's beautiful to me. As he was dealing with me, he took me to a lot of Psalms, and I thought it was so nice. Psalms 23, and it's gonna all make sense before Sister Deborah is done, because what it's gonna teach you is that we're trying to paint him to be things that he hasn't even, or is standing in the gap for us at this time. We how would I say it? We're making it our way. Let's tell the truth and just tell the truth. We're creating our own story. We're lying on his and creating our own. Okay. Now, Psalms 23 and 3. In Psalms 23 and 3, it says, he restored my soul. I said spirit. He leadeth me in the path of righteousness. Righteousness for his name's sake. His name's sake is his will and his power. Listen, go back up there. What did it say? The path of righteousness. See, his is going to be led under righteous belief, faith, and fear. Look in Psalms 23 and verse 3. He restores my spirit. He leadeth me in the path of righteousness. Right there, when you see, he says, he restored my soul. What he gonna restore your soul based on the way the world, the whole world sees soul? It is a, you might as well say, an entity that does and make choices and do things. So what is he gonna restore that for? In righteousness. And it ain't gonna even stand before him. It's not gonna be judged. It's gonna be the spirit of who you are that's gonna be judged. You see, this is where this soul caused people to not see the mission itself, because it caused you to see a flesh, soul, and spirit. Y'all said, he said nothing about you're born of the flesh and the soul, or you born of the flesh, you're born of the soul, and you're born of the spirit. He said you're born of the flesh. He that is born of the flesh is flesh. He that is born of spirit is spirit. You have to take that middleman out, because it will confuse you. It has allowed many people to get away with everything they're doing that is wicked and evil, because they're calling it a middleman in between the flesh and the spirit, and it is not. Okay? It is a spirit. When he breathed the breath of life, he breathed in you a spirit that like unto him, his image, into you. Okay? And you became live. Now here, if you see in Psalms 23 and verse 3, he restored my soul. Your soul is not what's holding righteousness. Praise the mighty God. Righteousness is branded to the spirit and not the soul. You get it? So what is he going to restore? My soul. He leadeth me in the path of righteousness, when he knows that if he restore your soul, it's subject to what? As they know soul today, do what is not pleasing to Yah. It is the spirit that is being restored. Okay? And he leadeth me in the path of righteousness for what? His name's sake. What is his name's sake? His will, his power. It ain't got nothing to do with you. It ain't got nothing to do with you. You ain't nobody. So that's why I'm saying people walk. This is why you got so many different denominations. This is why you got all these men thinking they kings and leaders and rulers. And they don't even understand. Look at the bottom of their shoe. That's about who they are. Praise the mighty God. If you really think about it, when you're speaking of his name, say, who are you? He's sitting here telling you everything, Deborah. Comes to me, runs by me, is me. Everything is my will and my power. I love that. Because I get sick of people. Everybody that's be on this devil platform, I haven't heard one that swing that power. I haven't heard not one. All these years, never heard not one swing that Father's power in the proper order of who he is. Okay? So it says in Psalms 23, verse 3, he restored my soul. He restored thy spirit. He leadeth me in the path of righteousness. What part do he lead? In the path. Your spirit. Your flesh don't go in the path of righteousness. It want to do what's wrong. But once you contain that flesh to be submissive under your spirit, which your spirit is submissive under y'all that is in you, baby, you can rule this world. But you can't get people to think that. You can rule this thing. But see, they could kick out everything that's in spirit and truth. And they put and make everything about flesh and how you can conquer everything in the flesh. So you conquering everything. You see what everything is going on. So I like this here. I really like this because he said, I like how David is saying, David understood, you guys, the word righteous and his namesake. His namesake. You see, y'all, let me explain something. Do you see the flesh of man running around talking about his name is this, his name is this, and his name is this, his name is this, his name is this? Why would he wake up his prophet and have me to do a study on something I never thought to do a study on? But when I was a teenager, as an adult, I always said, the heathen, what's this thing with you and heathen? He finally revealed it to me. But for his name's sake, it's a part of it. Because it's simple. It's just, look how simple it is. His name's sake, my will and my power. That's it. That's it. And it's gonna mess you all up because it's gonna throw you and say, wow, we really got that wrong. Yes, you did. Wait till Sister Deborah to show you this. Now, when we go to Psalms, let's go to Psalms 5. Let's go to Psalms. We're gonna be in Psalms for a minute. Let me see if okay. Psalms chapter 5. Just want to show y'all something. In Psalms chapter 5 and verse 8. Psalms chapter 5 and verse 8. Lead me, O Yah, in thy righteousness. In thy, not mine, but thy righteousness. You see, righteousness is not yours. That's why you can't run around here thinking you holy than thou. You can't run around here telling me I'm holy, I'm saved, or I got the Holy Ghost, I got the Holy Spirit, I got the Ruach, I got it in spirit and truth, I got the light. Wait a minute, back that thing up and back that thing down and get to the reality of the truth of the whole matter. And that is what he said even right here. Listen to this. Psalms chapter 5 and verse 8. Lead me. You need to be led, oh Yah, in thy, not mine, because I don't have none. No flesh has righteous. No flesh has righteous. No flesh has belief. No flesh has faith. No flesh has fear. There's two fears. There's two faith. There's two righteousness, and there's two belief. One in the spirit and one in the flesh. But no man has the righteousness of the Most High Yah, the belief of the Most High Yah, the faith of the Most High Yah, nor the fear of the Most High Yah. You don't have that. It is something that he has given to those. I wish Yeshua was here today to tell y'all that. It is not something that you make your own. And that's why all these people on this devil platform, they making everything about them, flesh, and this is why Satan in the center of it all. Oh, it's all about you, huh? You ain't got your flesh under the subjection to your spirit yet, so I can use you. That's how Satan knows. He knows it. Because once you can get your spirit man right, I mean, when I say you can get it, because you got a spirit. When y'all come and abide in your spirit, y'all right. You see? No one wants to even think there, because they think they got righteous. You do got righteous in your flesh. You got belief in your flesh because you believe it in your own flesh mind. You got faith because in your mouth, oh, I believe. That's your faith in your mouth. Where is your faith in your spirit? You see, that's why I say you have to go to Dumb City when you go there. Because right here in verse 8, lead me, O Yah, in thy righteousness. Because David knows, like Sister Deborah knows, this righteousness doesn't belong to me. This is my Father's brand. He branded my spirit. Now, why is David not understanding that his spirit is branded? He is. He's trying to get some help in his flesh. David ain't saying that, hey, wait a minute, hold up. Lead me in my flesh. That's not, no. He ain't said lead me in my spirit, Father. He said lead me in my flesh to the righteousness that you have in me in my spirit. That's why I say, when you hear Sister Deborah saying to y'all, I don't even waste my time. Okay, now watch what he said. Lead me, O Yah, in the righteousness because of my enemies. See, his enemies going after his flesh. You see, he want Yah to lead him in his flesh the way he is led in his spirit, so that the enemies that's coming after his flesh, what? Make thy way straight before my face. Make thy way. Father, help me teach this thing. Let's go back to what David is saying. David is coming up upon his enemies. The enemy is trying to take his life. What life is that? His flesh. Okay. Now, David is wanting him to lead him, O Yah, in thy righteousness. Lead me in thy. That is beautiful. You see, because he's telling him to lead him in thy righteousness, meaning this flesh in your righteousness. Okay? He knows already that he has righteousness in the spirit. He's talking about the flesh, because the enemy ain't coming after the spirit, y'all. He's coming after his flesh. So he's asking them to lead me, Father, in thy righteousness. You know why? Because David knows, like I know. I told y'all they are my brothers. I can talk about them. They can talk about me. You see how they can talk about me? Based on what they leave me. They talk about me. So I can go in here and hear what they saying to me, and I can say, truly, you are my brother. Because you left that for me. You know how you hear somebody say something and say, oh, truly, that was for me? Have y'all ever heard that? When you somebody say something, you say, that was for me. That's what I'm talking about. But listen to where the key is at. Where's the key? I'm going to give everybody a second. Everybody a second of the mystery. This is what he was saying in Revelation chapter 10. Or was it 7? I think it was 10. Or was it 7? That he has given the mystery to his prophets. In a sense, if you don't get it from them, you ain't going to get it. There's many prophets in the land. If you're not following my Father in spirit and truth, then he's going to let the prophets of the flesh teach you, lead you, and guide you. Because for his name's sake, for his will and his power, have he chosen the ones that he has. Okay? Now, what is in Psalms 5, verse 8, that carries the power of this whole message? Why would Sister Deborah pour this out and The topic name is My Name's Sake. Why would Sister Deborah pour Psalms 5 and verse 8 out? I'm just showing y'all now. Y'all might thinking that this Sister Deborah talking. Let me tell you, this is what he gave me. That's why I was telling y'all. I try to get y'all to understand that look, I came tripped over a lot of this, but what he gave me today wasn't mine. This was him. This is what he taught me today. Less than an hour, 2 hours. What time is it? Less than about 2 hours. He gave this to me, and I'm just sitting here flipping it over to you. Now listen to this. In Psalms chapter 5, verse 8, he said, lead me, O Yah, in the righteousness, because my enemies make thy way straight before my face. Notice the word thy way. Thy will straight. Make thy will. Where he says thy way, that means thy will straight. Hallelujah. Now, when it says thy way, that means thy will. But when David said straight, that means with that power. Woo! It went over your head, didn't it? But that one, they call it. That one, gonna catch it. Just that one. Now I ain't gonna say just that one, but I know that one gonna get it. Cause see, in verse in the chapter of Psalms, chapter 5, verse 8. Listen to what he says. He in trouble. He said, make thy will straight. Make it straight. He said, make thy way straight. Thy way is your will. Straight is your power. He needs some help. He needs that power. That's what he's asking for. He said, but thy will straight. Before who? My enemies. See, David ain't asking him to do something to him that's going to make him big and tough and bad. He said, wait a minute. Just leave me in the righteousness in this flesh right now. I need some help. My enemies. He said, but not my will, but thy will. For thy name's sake, bring that power straight. Straight means make it straight. Your will, Father, meaning thy way straight. I need that power. That's all Peter was saying. I mean, that's all David was saying. I don't know why I keep saying Peter. Before my face. So what is David saying? Before my face. Another mystery. See, the more, and this is why I think I'm doing something a little different from after today, because I realize I don't have to do this. I don't have to do this. My Father come and visit me every day. Do you think I need to be on here every day? I don't have to do this. I don't have to be about this. For what? It's finished. It's over. So he is showing me, even giving me this lesson. See, Deborah, I woke you up and strictly come to you and gave you a lesson. You don't have to get on there and get him nothing. Was you two here when you was 4? And I visited you in the basement all them years? Even your mama knew something was going on? Was you two there then? When you went over that cliff, did you have to come back and tell YouTube about it? Anything in your life, was you two there? See, don't let these people think you need them. I've been working with you since you was 4. Just like himself. He don't need me, and I don't need you. So this is where you see where people is bent up and bent down in their gone mind. So when he was giving me that, I said, okay, Father, I'm gonna make some changes. Because it makes so much sense. You giving yours and everything I give you, you go there, you don't have to. That was given to you. Because I learned something. That's why I know it was given to me. I learned something. So right again, the reason why I had to bring all that into it, listen to why. As I see Psalms chapter 5, verse 8. This is why I had to go right back into it the way that I did, y'all. It's because and go all that route. See all that stuff I just said? That's not even a part of the message, but it is. Why? Because watch this. Because the moment why I'm talking to you, he talking to me. And I'm like, you didn't show me that early. I ain't saying it to you, but in my spirit I'm saying it. And in my spirit I'm saying, should I say it to her? Should I give it to her? That's what I'm saying inside. He just gave it to me while I'm talking to you. And in myself, should I give it to her? It wasn't a part of my study when he was teaching me earlier, but he just gave it to me. Let me show it to you. In Psalms chapter 5 and verse 8, in that one verse, and I told you all, I think this happened about 3 years ago, but I think I've said it about 10 times. Let me not go there. Okay, let's go back to this. I can see behind seeing. See behind reading. See behind seeing. And I had a problem with even coming onto YouTube. I used to just talk because I felt that I'm not a teacher. And I still feel like I'm not a teacher. Okay? But I can see behind seeing. And I can do that with the help of who's in me. Don't look at me and tell me I ain't no, I'm flesh just like you are. I have sinned just like you have. I'm going to die like you will. Okay? But those things that he has invested in me, I can stand on any mountain and proclaim it. Okay? So this is what I'm about to show you. And this is why I feel that I'm not a teacher. Because I don't know how to pull out. I know how to go in, but I don't know how to pull out. I can go in, but I don't know how to pull out. And that means I can see so much in one verse. And just because I can see it don't mean the people that I'm teaching and I'm revealing it to can see it. And that's what disturbs me. And I have to go back to the drawing board and say to the Father, why was it given to me for me? I tried to make sense of it. Now watch this here. Now I'm sitting here on here talking to you all, and this is what he just gave me. I didn't have this at first. Okay. Now, when I put Psalms chapter 5, verse 8 down, I wasn't planning on 8, you guys, this long. Psalms chapter 5, verse 8. My intent wasn't to be on 8 this long, but I can't pull out, and I'm trying to. So since he just gave it to me while I'm speaking to you, I'm going into it and step into it. And I don't know if he's going to allow me, but I'm going to step into it and see where it goes. In verse 8, David is in a situation where he's asking the Father to kind of show up on that righteousness on the outside as it is in the inside, because he already know he's under the righteous. He's branded under the righteous. So that's in the spirit. But David is talking about his enemies. His enemy ain't coming after his spirit. They're coming after his flesh. So therefore, you have to understand what David is talking about. David is talking about the outer man. Okay, come protect me. Give me that you have on the outer man. That make thy way. And he says, make thy way. He didn't say his way. Wait a minute, ain't you talking about you, David? He said, yeah, Deborah, I'm talking about me, but it ain't about my way. It's his way I want. It's his way I need. It's his way I'm crying about. His will I want, Deborah. His will. That's what thy will. Telling the Father, your will. Your name's sake. Watch this here. Make way straight. Straight, he's talking about that power. Before my face. Before my face. You see the word straight. Did not Sister Deborah tell you earlier? Straight mean power. Straight means power. David asking the Father to allow your will and your power, which is, what is David saying? What is being said here? Thy way straight, meaning thy will and power before me, before my face, before his face. Wait a minute, David, hold up. The enemy is the one you want him to see his power. Now, Deborah, I need to see him. Tear them up. That's what David is saying. I need to see. Look at y'all. Look at it. Before my face, let me see your will and your power. Throw down, Father. That's what he's saying. Before, not the enemy face. David said, my face, let me see that will and that power. David is showing me, even as a prophetess, to stick firm to spirit and truth and the light, and never forsake what I have not ever forsaken, which is the power. I love that. So what a lot of you all would read that and never get that. Never, ever, ever would you get it. That he was talking about to his face. Show that power. How is he wanting him to do it? He's looking for him to do something to the enemy. And this is identical to what Sister Deborah have said to you all over and over and over and over. You don't know really who you're dealing with. You can put in your mind, your heart, and your fleshly heart, and your fleshly mind, and in your spirit of wickedness. You don't even know who you're messing with. They didn't then, back in the days. They knew the people were of Yah, and they still destroyed them. So a lot of them knew then. But today, people are just in midnight darkness and can't see no light. So I'm more in danger than they were. You see? So what I'm saying is, David is doing identical what Sister Deborah has done. If I have to get in a situation where I have to, thy will and thy power, don't tell me what he won't do. He threw up and threw down for me on my behalf. I saw it with my own eyes. And it was. And it was. Let's go to Psalms 25. So I know what David is talking about. Let me, my face. Let me see this, Father. Yes, he will. Yes, the Father will throw down for you. Right in your face. How he throw down? It's the power, y'all. You will see his power. See, his power is not the way they have told you all. I can't change what they done taught you all and have said to you all. You all will never get it. But the power is not what is being said that it is, nor that it was. It's something that you just cannot. I tell you what. It is something to fear. Let's say it like that. It is something to fear. And I'm talking about spiritual fear as well. Okay? Psalms 25 and verse 4. Psalms 25 and verse 4. And it says, show me thy way, O Yah. Teach me thy path. You see that? Thy way? That's his will. That's his will. And anybody that is a servant of the Most High Yah, they want his will. What did I tell you in my prayer? I pray for my children to be saved, sanctified, and given the Ruach HaKodesh. Not my will, Father, but thy will be done. So when you're saying, not my will, Father, thy will be done, you're actually saying, I'm going to trust in the will that you already got planned. Don't let, and that's what I said. I said, let not my will, but thy will be done. I don't want to interfere. with my Father's will. I say that. I don't know. I just a habit, because this is exactly what is said here in Psalms 25:4. Show me thy ways, O Yah. Teach me thy path. What is Yah's ways? It's his will. It is his will. It is his namesake. It is his will. And namesake is his will and his power. So when they're saying, show me thy way, that is, show me your will. And when it says sake and thy power, that's what it's saying in the spiritual realm, in what you call spirit and truth. Okay, you go to, and you see here on Psalms 25 and verse 4, show me thy ways, thy will, O Yah. Teach me thy path. Teach me how to walk therein, your will. And that's beautiful. That's good to say all the time. Because you need to stop thinking Yah has to walk the way you say he has to. You want him to walk. You want him to talk. You want him to act. You want his presence, your way, your will. No, it's got to be his will, which is thy way and thy ways with thy power. That's his sake. Okay. Now it tells me to go to Psalms 25 and verse 11. Psalms 25 and verse 11. It reads, for thy name's sake, O Yah, pardon my iniquity, for it is great. Isn't that beautiful? Going back to what I was saying, y'all. Listen to that. Just listen to that. Listen to it again. Verse 11, Psalms 25 and verse 11. For thy name's sake, O Yah, pardon my iniquity, for it is great. All my sins, my wicked and evil is great. But for thy will and thy power, O Yah, pardon, do away with it. Release me from all of my wicked and evil. But listen to how David is saying. And this here is kind of scary for me. For me, I'm talking about. Because now I'm hearing David saying it more of, for thy name's sake. So it leads me to understand the fullness of what David is saying, because David knew about the namesake too. So it is true. It's only given to those that are servants of Yah. That's why the bishops, the pastors, the deacons, the priests, the bishops, did I say them? The teachers, the ministers, the Moorings, the seers, the watchmen. That's why they can't grip stuff like this, because it hasn't been given to them. So what they do, they take on the place. They go to the place that would allow them to teach everyone at the best of their ability of their flesh, because they have no spirit and truth. They have no light to lead them into spirit and truth. They have no light to lead them to the narrow gate, in the direction to the narrow gate. So they decide to go to the broad gate and get what Satan in the world has for. Okay, so I like that in Psalms 25 and verse 11. For thy name's sake, O Yah, pardon my iniquity, for it is great. His sins is great. But can you release me from it? That's beautiful. Not my will, Father. That's what David is saying. But thy will and thy power. Because you say, it is said, For, I'm saying to you, Father, for thy name's sake, do I come before you, Father, to erase my iniquity, because it's so much. See, this is the way David was communicating with him. That's beautiful to me. And this is why I say to you all, when you know him like that, you can do that. And then you wonder, why is it that David could get away with some of the things he have done? See, because y'all don't know who David is branded in. Just like let me stop trying to say teach. You can't teach. You got to just speak truth. You have to speak truth and let the Spirit take it where it needs to go, because it's nothing else left. Okay, now we're going to go to Psalms 37. In Psalms 37 and verse 23, Psalms 37 and 23. In Psalms 37 and verse 23, the steps, you see that, of a good man are ordered by Yah. The steps of a good man are ordered by Yah. Except if you go into the store and you at the butcher stand and you want set chicken wings, and you place in a meat order. You make the meat order. You tell them what all you want. They pack it and you take it to the register, pay for it, and take it home. That's the order. Okay. Now, behind the meat counter is a butcher. He fulfill your meat order. Why? Can you fulfill that meat order yourself on the other side? No, but the butcher can. So listen to this in verse 23, Psalms 37 and 23. The steps of a good man are ordered by Yah. Yah has ordered his steps. So the person that's ordering the meat, guess what? The one behind the counter, okay, already know what you need. They just fulfill your need and hand it to you. Or fulfill your order and hand it to you. This is what this is saying in 23. The steps of a good man are ordered, past tense, by who? Yah. When? Before the foundation of the world. That's why I say, you think that you have a right or you have choices? Baby, your choice is for you to get your tail in there when you got to use the bathroom and use it. That's about it. Okay? Okay? Now it says, and he delighted. The steps of that good man are ordered by Yah. And he delighted in his ways. That means that good man, he is so appreciative in the ways that the Father has ordered. Order what? His life. That's when I be talking to y'all about not giving him the glory, not giving him the praise, not giving him the honor. Baby, do you know your tail is not down here because your mom and your daddy met, came to? You see? Here is saying the steps of a good man are ordered by Yah. And the man delights in his ways. In whose ways? Yah's ways. Yah's will for his life. He delights in the ways which is in his ways, in Yah's ways that he has ordered good for a man. He delights in it. He appreciates it. Because it is Yah's ways, which is Yah's will. So how is it all yours? People don't know. They just hung up on ain't gonna ever know. Okay, so this person is, when he said in his ways, meaning in his will, y'all ordered my steps as a good man in his own, in y'all's will. Y'all did it. He wasn't ordering my steps for me, but he ordered it according to his will, and I delight in it. I think I said that as low as I can get it. I don't want to go back because I won't be able to get out. Okay. So now this is another thing. Go to Exodus. Listen to this. In the book of Exodus, chapter 33 and verse 13. In the book of Exodus, chapter 33 and verse 13. Let's see, I'm checking my time. Okay. In Exodus chapter 33 and verse 13. Now listen to this. Exodus chapter 33 verse 13. Now therefore I pray thee, if I have found grace in thy sight, meaning in the eyes of Yah, show me now thy will, thy way. You see that way? Thy way. What is thy way? Thy will. Show me thy will. What's this deal with thy will, Deborah? That's the will that was taken out before the foundation of the world. And I tell y'all, don't go trying to ask y'all for what you want. And people ain't gonna stop. They're gonna do it anyway. But it's about what he wants. Why? Because he already willed it to be what it's gonna be. And we think we got partaker in it, hooping and hollering and going to him, trying to tell him what to do and how to do it and the way to do it. And we don't even understand everything is falling on his will. What do you mean? For his name's sake, meaning his will and his power. That's how simple it is. And it's too hard for people to grip because they so used to it being their way. So in Exodus chapter 33 and verse 13, now therefore I pray thee, if I have found grace in thy sight, show me now thy way, that I may know thee, that I may find grace in thy sight, and consider that this nation is thy people. Consider that this nation is thy people. It's a sad thing. And that's why I was telling y'all, I don't even think that I am a teacher, because I can't just pull in and pull out. I can't do it because I see too much into this. But I'm going to pull out because I got a couple of other verses. Now here, I'm sitting here listening, and I understand where what is being said. This individual is saying, pray thee, if I have found grace in thy sight, show me now thy way, meaning thy will, Yah. Now watch this, that I may know thee. Why? How is he going to know thee? Because if Yah show him his will, then you going to know it. That's why it's not given to everybody, because he already know. They say they see, Deborah. They cannot see. They say they hear, Deborah. They cannot hear. Why are you giving them parables and giving the disciples the word? Because seeing they won't see, hearing they won't hear. But I give you the word. See, it's always been since the beginning of time, even. They always gave it to those that he has willed it to. And see, here he's asking him, pray thee, if I have found grace in thy sight, show me now thy way. Show me now thy will, that I may know thee. See, when you know, when the Father show you his will, then you know him. Then you know him. So when Sister Deborah is telling you about spirit and truth and the light, that is for those who know him. You can't know him and don't know you. You can't know him and don't know where you stand with him. You can't know him and say that you all this and all that and can't find out or know anything about where you need to be in this day and time as representing the one you say you know. I know it all on these devil platforms. Many people all day long, all week, all month, all year, year after year after year after year, trying to find a place they can park. The moment that person say something, they up out there going to the next place. That's a person that's a circle. They'll never find their way home because they can't stay content. Because every time their feelings is hurt, they to another one. Oh, this person said something. Let me go to another one. Oh, I don't like the way this preach. I don't like the way this teach. I don't like the way this dress. I don't like the way this look. You see? And even some says, I don't want to go over to this way. I'm not going to do it. You know what I'm saying? So this is people who goes in circles, never finding their way truly home. Okay. Now, verse 13, he said, I may know thee. I like what he said because he gave the prompts to the Father's will. And if you let me know your will, then I get to know you. That's right. That is so right. So when Sister Deborah is talking about what took place before the foundation of the world and how he's been dealing with me since I was 4, do you think that I do not know him? Come on now. You don't see me out nowhere doing nothing what you see on this TV, on this media, or on all these websites. But I tell you one thing I do. You mess with my most high Yah, I stand on you and off of you at the same time. And I do not appreciate people disrespecting, dishonor, profaning, and don't know nothing about them, but all over the media and everywhere in the world talking. I don't like that. But is it something I can do about it? No. Why? For his name's sake. Meaning this is his will in this, in his power. Praise somebody, y'all. That's why Sister Deborah can't do nothing about it. And don't want to. Not if it's my Father's will and my Father's power that they clown. This is their time. That's all I'm saying. Enjoy it. Because that's your portion. That's all you're going to get. So build up your treasures on this earth. And think he don't know that you building up your treasures on this earth and haven't done a darn thing he told you to do. To build up your treasures in the heaven. Okay? And then this one here, he says, I may know thee, that I may find grace in thy sight, and consider that this nation is thy people. Consider that this nation is thy people. Okay? So I liked it that one too. When I saw that in Exodus, I really liked it that. Now, this is where the scary part comes, y'all, because now it's coming up on us. Oh, it's coming up on us. Matthew 24. We finna ride up in Matthews and Luke. And we in trouble now, y'all. We in some trouble. We are in big trouble. I know I'm in trouble. I ain't gonna sit and lie about it. Because when he parked me here, I was like, now hold up. Hold up. I'm in trouble. Oh, Father, y'all, I'm in trouble. Matthew 24. And we're going to start with verse 10. And what this is going to do is going to bring new revelation to what you thought. Okay, because many people really lay in on this here Matthew's 24 chapter, and we don't understand what is actually taking place. But when you get to certain word, which Sister Deborah made the topic of this message, it's going to lay things out, and it's going to let you see that all this time they've been saying things, it has been a lie. Now watch this here. So in Matthew 24 and verse 10, and then shall many be offended, and shall betray one another, and shall hate one another. I see that 100%, and I'm not going to lie. I see that 100% in the world itself, not just in the United States. I see it all over, everywhere. I see it even on the media, everywhere. This here is taking place. Now watch this here. Verse 10, and then shall many be offended, and shall betray one another, and shall hate one another. Verse 11. And many, not some, many, not some. Now we got to look at this. Many is coming out of the mouth of Yeshua. Yeshua. He's not saying many as little amount. You got to look at many as many. Okay. Verse 11. And many false prophets shall rise. They're rise. They've already risen. To me, they have already risen. Already. All out of, and the reason why I know them is because they're saying that they are prophets. Now, I'm going to tell you something. These prophets are people who are saying that they are Maureen, watchmen, teachers, seers, pastors, bishops, evangelist, teacher, minister. These are all wrapped in to the idea of a prophet. So he said false prophets. Why should Deborah? How is it Deborah can put all of them in the same category? It's because I'm a living prophet that's living in the last days, in the midnight hour. From what I can see with my natural eyes and spiritual eyes, is that everybody that's on all these devil platforms that people are subscribing and liking and supporting in all kind of ways, it's about what? Subscribers, likes. If they don't get enough, then they can't get what they really working very hard for. That means they can't get the check at the end of the day if they can't get you to tune in and hear them and follow them and like them. And the powerful thing they need from you all, even after you have liked them and subscribed to them, one of the main things they need from you all, and not now one of you could tell me, you know why? You don't know. Because that's how far you are from the spirit and truth. Let's go to that again. The main thing the people on YouTube need, more than anything, more than likes, more than subscribers, and more than a check. Now, the check they need, I say that's the second one. But it's one thing they need more than anything from you. And a 99 point trillion wouldn't even know. They need your praise. They need you to praise them. Why? See, your liking, your subscribers, it is rewarded by a check. Okay? At the end of the day from YouTube. But your praise support their enemy, which is their spirit and their flesh. They're not going to share that praise with Yah. Matter of fact, Yah don't share it. So they have to get this type of praise and this type of glory from you. So they may be what? Lifted up. That's what they need more than anything. Because your like subscriber speaks for the check. YouTube see the licensed subscriber, they give them a little check. They need something greater from you, which is your praise. Your praise tells the whole world there is somebody, even when they nobody. Your praise tells the whole world, oh, you good. You good. You see people supporting people, speaking wrong, saying things wrong, and be 100% evil and wicked, but yet they will give them praise. Because Satan loves the praise that you give unto his. And they become people who has to have praise. Because they already see that their check is guaranteed as long as you like it and subscribing. But that praise is what keeps them going. Y'all, those praises keeps them going. If you think for 1 minute your praise gonna keep Sister Deborah going, you's lost without a cause, and you're gonna be lost. because I can give a rat's behind. I can give a rat's behind. I'm about my Father, his word, and what he gives me to say and what he gives me as a prophetess. You think I'm caught up in the floor for your praise when I already been told? The saddest thing, no, I ain't gonna say sad, Father. Let me take that back. I ain't gonna say sad. But the powerful thing is this. I can feel you and don't even have to be with you. I don't even have to see you, but can feel you. See, that's the praise of my Most High Yah, the gifts that he has given. It goes beyond a praise out of your mouth. A praise out of your mouth one way, and next way somebody say something, you got a whole different spirit. No, that don't do me no good. I use the gifts that he has given me to measure where I stand in this day and time. Okay, now we are in Matthew's chapter 24. Look what happened, y'all. Watch what happened. Matthew's 24 and verse 10. Then shall many be offended. And that is so true. We're already in that stage. We're there already. And shall betray one another and hate one another. We are already there. And while we're there, you got the Israelites. No, I'm gonna say the tribe of Judah hooping and hollering about everybody doing something to them. And they got one of the highest hate on the face of the earth toward each other. Especially our men toward our women. That there's a young man, maybe a couple of them, that's out here telling the black men they need to start killing the black women. Now, I heard in the last 3 days, the father send a charge out to his servants to take out those that is at that level. I mean, in this big biblical book. So I only seen it about 5 or 6 times in different chapters. You see? If you wonder why that Sanders guy is out of here, that's a reason behind it. And many other reasons. But you got to understand, everything is still going to be rumbled for his name's sake. Okay? Now watch this here. Matthew 24 and verse 10. And then shall many be offended. That is 100 today. I'm going to give it a 100. I said 110. As a prophet is in the wilderness, that's what I see. That's what I can see and I can feel. Okay? Is it applied to me? I can't say that. But this is what it's no need in lying. Why should I sit here and tell y'all a lie? I mean, what do I gain? You think I gain a like and a subscriber? Come on now. It's the truth. So I give that a 110. And shall betray one another. I give that a 100. And shall hate one another. I give that another 110. A 110. Verse 12. And because iniquity shall abound. That means sin is at its highest, y'all. I get that 110. Now he's saying these things. This is what Yeshua is telling the disciples about the end day. It's here. That's what's going on. And you see the tribe of Judah turning their heads another way. And they supposed to, now why is it you want us to let you be lions, kings, and leaders and rulers over everything and over and be over a woman when you can't even be over yourself? What sense does that make? You can't even be over your own self. You can't even take care of your own self. So why do you need to have someone else to be submissive unto you when you can't even submit to your own self in spirit and truth? Because you have nothing. Okay, now listen to this. And it says, no, we skipped. No, we didn't. And hate one another. In verse 11, many false prophets shall rise. There's 2 words in there that's very powerful to me, and I never gave it a thought. And it's false and rise. That lead me to understand this is what I'm seeing when I see all these platforms. And they'll say, well, we can't say what we want to say, so we're going to go over here. We can't do what we want to do. We're going to go over here. What difference does it make? You ain't saying nothing no way. Ain't nothing you say in the spirit and truth nor the light. So no matter where you go, you still going in the circle. And it is a dark circle. So no matter which page you go to, it don't matter. But see, when you all measure them and praise them and honor them and uplift them, that's what they need. To make you think that what they got to say is worth going to a couple of other pages because they got so much to say, but ain't gave you no food at the table for your spirit. Now, verse 12, and because iniquity shall abound. Now, he's letting you know. The disciple is telling the disciple, Yahshua is telling the disciples, it's going to be a high level of sin and wickedness. It's going to be a high level. It shall abound. The love of many shall wax cold. The give and gave shall wax cold. It's going to be about the opposite of give and gave. Kill, steal, and destroy, and take. That's the opposite. So this is why many shall wax cold. So if you want to run around here and think that because YouTube, Facebook, Instagram, Patriot, Rumble, Twitter, all these things that open up that has set it free, that you got a closer walk with Yah, you's lost. You are so terribly lost. You really fall out there in the deep. And it ain't no turning back. Because there's no words. Words can't help many of the people. Words can't help them. You see? Because Yah, that's why Yah said it's over, Deborah. It's finished. And if they think it's for 1 minute, I'm coming to chase what they saying and correct what they saying. I'm gonna send mine down there to say what I want them to say. It's over. And they're gonna say what they want to say because what? It's still, the world is still here. Everything is still moving. They're still in the race. So they're gonna be the ones that I get to say what I need them to say to keep who he is and what he stands for in the midst. Okay. Now listen to verse 13. Let me see if 13 is my power punch. Oh yeah, 13. But he that shall endure. No. Sister Deborah done something. Sister Deborah didn't miss something. Oh yeah. You know what I did? Listen to this, y'all. I apologize. We're supposed to go up to Matthew 24. We're supposed to start it at 9 and not 10. We should have started at 9 and not 10. That was my error, as always. Matthew chapter 24 and verse 9. Then shall they deliver you up to be afflicted, and ye shall be killed. And no. And ye shall kill you, and shall kill you, and ye shall be hated of all nations for my name's sake. Woo-wee! Y'all, we in trouble. We are in trouble. Let's go over that again. And this is Yeshua on a mountaintop in a private location, speaking unto the disciples, because the disciples asked him, what is the end like unto? So he went on and telling them, and in verse 9 of Matthew chapter 24 and verse 9, then shall they deliver you up to be afflicted, and shall kill you, and ye shall be hated of all nations for my name's sake. Then if we go back to what Sister Deborah was talking about, as far as my name's sake, mean what? For my will and power shall this be. See, Hebrew Israelites, they'll get in here and say, they killing us now because we found out who we are and we the people. They surrounded around everything else, but this is not what this is saying. Listen to what he says. Then shall they deliver you up to be afflicted and shall kill you. See, y'all ain't saying they ain't gonna kill you. He said they gonna kill you. It's sad. It is sad. And ye shall be hated of all nations for my name's sake, for my will and my power has ordered it. Thank you, Father. Y'all tell them people something. Because see, they bent up and they bent down. They bent all the way around. Let's go over that again. Matthew 24 and verse 9. Let's go to 8. It says, all these things are the beginning of sorrow. Matthew 24, verse 9. Then shall they deliver you up to be afflicted, and shall kill you. And shall what? Kill you. And shall what? Kill you. And ye shall be hated of all nations. Now, this is what's happening, y'all. Let me kind of show y'all what's going on. The tribe of Judah, they say the house of Israel and the tribe of Judah is doing things that every one of y'all, at the sound of my voice, and the Hebrew Israelites and the true Jews and the true children and the true people are doing some deep stuff, y'all. They are doing stuff. And Sister Deborah been on here for what, about 3 years telling y'all, don't y'all see what y'all people doing? Do y'all see what these men are doing in the tribe of Judah? Ain't nobody saying nothing. Nobody is standing on no mountain. No man alive is standing up against these men. They are not standing up against these men because the chain comes from up and down, not down and up. So it don't start with the children, the woman, and the man, and the father. I mean, the son, Yeshua, then the father. It comes from down. So the detachment has to be between the woman, Yeshua, and the man before the woman be detached. It has to come from up, not down. The children, the woman, then the man. No, it's coming from up. The father, the Yeshua, and then hooking to man. The chain is broke right there. Right where man gripped the hand of Yeshua. And what do you mean grip? Walk in the way of the Son of Man. They ain't walking in the way of the Son of Man, nor are they talking in the way of the Son of Man, nor are their actions in the way of the Son of Man. How many times you supposed to get your tail behind Yeshua and walk therein? What man on this earth doing that? Not one. Not one. So the chain is broken. Dark message. We kings, we leaders, we rulers, we rule. Yeah, you ruling what's on the world, on the earth. Satan is ruling too. So since you think you're going to rule down here, who you ruling with? Satan. That's who you will. Didn't y'all say Satan has come down to deceive the whole world? So you ain't doing nothing down here. You see how sick these people are? What are you ruling? Satan dummy? You in there with him. So when they run around here talking we are kings, leaders, and rulers, woman ain't done this, woman ain't. Y'all said, wait a minute, hold up. You let go of Yeshua's hand long time ago and never turn back. That's where you are today. I didn't say for mothers, I said for fathers. Have you not read and know how to connect with me? They don't. Because they never connect with Yeshua. You hear these men on this devil